Do you remember the last time you blundered your queen in a game? Well, you are not alone. You're in good company, as even legends like Kramnik, Magnus Carlsen, and Fischer have made shocking mistakes that left the chess world stunned. In this video, we dive into the wildest blunders by top players. These moments are so bad, you'll feel better about your own. Kindly hit subscribe and join us as we explore the most unbelievable, silly blunders in chess history. In 2006, former world chess champion Vladimir Kramnik suffered one of the most infamous blunders in chess history during a high-profile match against the Deep Fritz chess engine in Bonn, Germany. Known for his stoic demeanor and strategic brilliance, Kramnik's mate in one disaster in Game 2 remains a legendary, cautionary tale. The game began with Kramnik playing black, employing the rare pawn to b5 on move 3 in the Queen's Gambit accepted, a move so ancient it was recorded against Greco in 1620 and later revived as a surprise against Garry Kasparov in a 1993 simultaneous exhibition. With the score tied, Kramnik reached a balanced position by move 34. Then, in a moment that stunned the chess world, on move 34, he played queen to e3, a seemingly routine queen move. Deep Fritz, with its unrelenting precision, responded instantly with queen to h7, delivering checkmate in one move. The blunder wasn't the result of a cunning trap or deep strategic oversight. It was a mate in one so obvious that even a beginner could have spotted it. Kramnik, unaware of the catastrophe, calmly played the move, stood up, picked up his cup, and prepared to leave the stage for a break. Fritz's operator, Matthias Feist, hesitated in disbelief, double-checking the board and screen as the engine displayed the mate. Even an audio commentator missed the blunder in real time. Kramnik, grasping his forehead briefly in realization, sat back down to sign the score sheet before attending the press conference with characteristic composure. This humbling moment serves as a stark reminder that even the greatest minds can falter against the merciless precision of a machine. Next, let's consider the boom-bang of the 1972 World Chess Championship. On Tuesday, July 11th, 1972, at 5 p.m. local time, the Laugardalshöll Arena in Reykjavik, Iceland, buzzed with anticipation as 1,800 spectators welcomed reigning world chess champion Boris Spassky. Dressed in a sharp dark gray three-piece suit, Spassky sat at the board, opened with 1d4, and arbiter Lothar Schmid started the clock. His opponent, the enigmatic American prodigy Fischer, was conspicuously absent. Fischer's absence was hardly surprising. Known for his eccentric demands and psychological tactics, he had arrived in Iceland days late, even skipping the drawing of colors. He strolled the stage calmly, unfazed. His official excuse for such delays was avoiding photographers' flashlights, but many saw it as part of his psychological warfare in this Cold War-era showdown. At 7 minutes past 5, Fischer rushed onto the stage, wearing a blue business suit with his left hand tucked into his trouser pocket. The crowd erupted as the players shook hands, signaling the start of the 1972 World Chess Championship, a match that captivated the globe. In Game 1, Fischer, playing black, took a bold risk that became one of the match's defining moments. In a seemingly drawn bishop and pawn endgame, on move 29, he played bishop takes h2, snatching a tempting pawn. Spassky, with cool precision, responded with g3, a simple pawn push that trapped Fischer's bishop in a cage of pawns. The bishop was doomed, and Fischer's position collapsed. Spassky claimed victory, taking a 1-0 lead. Grandmaster Edmar Mednis later remarked, "I couldn't believe that Fischer was capable of such an error. How is such an error possible from a top master, or from any master?" For Fischer, the Mozart of chess, this blunder was a rare misstep in his legendary campaign. Though he went on to win the title, this elementary trap remains a humbling footnote in his storied legacy. Next, here is one question for you. What if you blundered at the most crucial moment of your chess career? Well, let's ask Ding Liren. The 2024 World Chess Championship in Singapore reached a thrilling climax in Game 14, where 18-year-old Indian Grandmaster D. Gukesh outplayed defending champion Ding Liren in a tense 14-game series, claiming the title of the youngest world chess champion in history. But here's what really happened. The score was tied, and Ding needed only a draw to force tiebreaks. But a critical endgame blunder handed Gukesh a historic victory. The game opened with a Nimzo Indian defense, both players adopting cautious, solid setups. Gukesh, maintained a balanced position through precise piece coordination. By the middle game, he seized the initiative on the queen side with the incisive pawn takes pawn, sacrificing a pawn to create a dangerous passed pawn on the A file. This bold move disrupted Ding's structure, giving Gukesh dynamic counterplay while keeping the position level. The game transitioned into a complex rook and pawn endgame by move 40, with both players maneuvering carefully under mounting time pressure. Ding, aiming to secure a draw, kept his rooks active, but the position remained razor-sharp. On move 55, Ding played rook f2, a seemingly safe rook repositioning. However, this move proved catastrophic, overlooking a tactical nuance. Gukesh pounced, trading rooks with a sequence that forced the game into a king and pawn endgame. Gukesh's passed pawn, combined with his active king, overwhelmed Ding's defenses. The Chinese champion's position collapsed as Gukesh expertly converted the advantage, securing the game and the World Championship title. Reflecting on the triumph, Gukesh said, "I was dreaming of this moment for the last 10 years. I am happy that I realized the dream and made it into reality." Ding's blunder, in what commentators had predicted could favor his experience, turned Game 14 into a defining moment, crowning Gukesh as the youngest world champion at just 18. Perhaps for Ding Liren, pressure pressured the predator, but for Ian Nepomniachtchi, it was the complete opposite. This next one is from the Russian Grand Master Nepomniachtchi, a man known for his lightning-fast instincts and aggressive style. In 2024, during a rapid game against Fabiano Caruana at the Grand Chess Tour, Nepomniachtchi's speed led to his downfall. Here's what happened. Nepomniachtchi was in a comfortable position, with plenty of time on the clock, and momentum was clearly on his side. Nepo played g5 without hesitation. It was a bold pawn push, but it overlooked a devastating tactical shot. Fabi responded with knight takes e4, sacrificing a knight to unleash a cascade of threats. Nepo's king side collapsed as Caruana's pieces swarmed. Within minutes, Nepo's position was in tatters, and he resigned shortly after. The game was a masterclass in self-destruction, proving that even a blitz genius can implode when haste overrides calculation. Finally, we come to the most meme-worthy blunder of all, starring none other than Magnus Carlsen, the greatest player of our era. Let's call this Carlsen's nightmare, the shine of Gukesh. The blunder happened at the 13th edition of the annual Norway chess tournament, and this time in Stavanger. In this game, Magnus is cruising. He's built a beautiful, almost flawless position. He just needs to find the right way to convert. But under time pressure, he lashes out with knight e2 check, and honestly, this must have been an idea that must have looked good in his head. But he was just losing. Gukesh captures, simplifies, and emerges with a full piece. Carlsen slams the table. The clip goes viral. Gukesh finally gets his first win against the world #1, and Magnus walks away shaking his head. Even kings can trip over their own crowns. So what's the takeaway from all this? That chess is a savage game. 1 second, you're the genius behind an immortal masterpiece. The next, you're hanging a bishop and watching your opponent smile. But it's also what makes chess so human. These were legends. They blundered and bounced back. That's the real lesson. Don't fear the mistake. Drop your worst chess blunder in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe, hit that bell, and stay tuned for more glorious fails and unforgettable checkmates. Now that you've seen Magnus at his worst on the board, how about you follow through with his best moments of his life and career in this next video?